This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map Tournament LA, which I assume is Tournament Los Angeles. In the north as the red GDI, this is BikeRushOwnz. And in the south as the yellow Marked of Kane, this is Senna. Marked of Kane versus GDI on a brand new map. Is it really brand new? Has it been around for a year or two? I don't know. I just haven't seen it before. And it's BikeRush and Senna, so there are mutant hovels super close to where you start. I don't... No one's gonna use it, but, like, I like that it's there. Well, no. We know that Master Leaf will use it, and other people will occasionally use it, but in a regular game, like, no one is gonna use a mutant hovel on the regular. I guess maybe Master Leaf has figured out the one gimmicky build that is actually efficient with it, but at any rate, a couple of expansion points as well. So we got ourselves some tib spikes, some expansion points, EMP control centers, mutant hovels, a lovely plethora of neutral capturable structures for these guys to take a look at. And for now, it looks like things are opening up pretty darn standard. Refineries, harvesters, no early aggression, early scouting units from both of these guys. Little, Grauman's Chinese Theater? I don't know what that is in the middle there, but Burger Kong, which, was it Burger Kong in Red Alert 2? I'm not actually sure. But there may have been a big burger on one of the early maps, early campaign maps as Soviets. There's Burger Kong or something. Anyways, over here we do have our natural expansion coming up for BikeRushOwnz. Same exact thing for Senna over to your natural, and then third base is a little bit further out from that, which if we follow the normal predictive path of the MCB, it would be over here, and you'd have kind of a nice left versus right arc thing going on, but we'll have to see exactly what these guys choose to do. Occasionally you do find people expanding kind of backwards and going the other direction for their third base, but we'll have to see. Foxhole is going to be going down for BikeRush, being very annoying. Of course, non-power plants will eventually be killed by a rifleman squad, but it will take a very, very long time. Ooh, a little bit saucy, a little bit spicy here for BikeRush. Then immediately sells off that the command post, so he actually wasn't going. Aha! He's not actually going for AP ammo, which is funny, but he's got himself a rig. He actually is doing the Master Leaf patented rig rush. APZ out here on the front lines. It looks like no engineer packed along with that, and like I said, eventually a rifleman squad will kill a power plant, but it will take a very long time. And a couple of more pit bulls going to be coming out on after that. Now with 3 orcas here, this is a lot of potential damage output. Laser turrets now going to be coming up for Senna. Going to have that extra bit of DPS, and this harvester may eventually end up going down to either the rig or the pit bulls. As Scorpion tanks and rocket troopers surround this little attack, the rifleman squad in the foxhole doing what he can, but there is not much for him to do. 2 harvesters go down, an APC and a pit bull get eliminated, but for now the orcas do survive. They escape on out of there with a little bit of damage. EMP shuts down the rig, and Senna has totally defeated this attack and also totally lost 2 harvesters on his new, fresh, natural expansion. So he's down in the eco, but BikeRush obviously had to spend a lot of cash to get that up and running. Now, one side advantage is orcas are good through almost every stage of the game. I guess if your opponent gets so locked down with anti-air that orcas can't safely make any bombing runs, then maybe they're not particularly useful, but your opponent has spent so much money on anti-air at that point, they're almost useful in that sense. I'm guessing BikeRush or Senna has harvested a little bit of that blue tib. Again, it just allows your green tib to go a stretch further than it otherwise would have. Oh my gosh, this power plant is getting close to going down, and it won't, but it's getting close to going down, and that is very annoying. So good for BikeRush, but again, not like a big win there. A third harvester goes down. There's nothing over here for defense, and a fourth harvester tried to escape, and it actually did manage to escape, so well done there. I mean, tried to escape and successfully escaped. Another SAM turret does go down, and these Orcas are going to have to get on out of there. Rocket squads, pit bulls, not pit bulls, but bikes and buggies all showing up for the anti-air defense of that natural expansion. So I think Bike Rush, even though he lost that entire attack, this has been worth it. He got 3 harvesters for it. He set Senna back quite significantly in the... Oh my gosh, those Orcas fly. They could almost be shot by rifleman squads at that point. A little bit of a scan going down somewhere on the map. I'm not sure. I guess he scanned, yeah, this field. He's going to dive in. He's going to get 1 more harvester, so that's 4 harvesters, and 1 Orca does go down. I think that's probably worth it in Bike Rush's book. And a couple of more pit bulls will end up getting eliminated here. They will try and trade out against 1 bike, but also he gets a scout on the timing of that tier 3, which isn't a big deal, but going to be losing a couple more bike or Orcas, it looks like. No, actually, there are no bikes to chase them down. Well, there are some bikes here, but they're a little bit too far in the south for the Orcas to actually take any damage from them. So, Bike Rush loses 1 Orca, which again, I think he's fine with, considering the 4 harvesters that he was able to kill, how much he was able to kind of reset Senna there. And will it really be worth it in the end? We'll have to see if Bike Rush actually wins this game, or if Senna is able to go toe-to-toe. By the way, AP ammo on the way, it looks like, and the command post is back up, which means Tier 3, I assume. Well, it looks like it's building a little fast to be Tier 3. So perhaps another power plant or something. Too slow to be a power plant. And, whoop. It's over at the natural expansion. The harvesters did manage to escape. They've taken a lot of damage, which means some sneaky bikes around the side of the map, and it looks like maybe another Orca went down there or 2. But Bike Rush, nope, not an Orca. Could have been a Hammerhead. But a couple of sneaky bikes around the side of the map may be able to finish off some of these harvesters, which are low on health. Bike Rush is going to want to keep an eye on those as the game goes on. 3 Orcas mixed in with Predator tanks and Hammerheads, even a pit bull here for some more action, and the scouting buggy will eventually get picked off, I assume, by Bike Rush, and once again stealing that blue Tiberium. So yes, that is Bike Rush in his normal style, which is to steal blue Tiberium. Doing a good job of keeping that. Once again, Hammerheads, yeah, they technically shouldn't be countering anti-air turrets, but you can snipe down the turrets so fast it doesn't even matter. Lots of Hammerheads, lots of Orcas here. They're hunting harvesters, they're hunting infantry and bikes as well. And it looks like the Hammerheads are going to eventually get pushed away. Orcas do go down. It doesn't look like they got any real harvester kills, and those SAM turret heads will indeed rebuild themselves. Bike Rush has been pushed back, and a statue of Brother Marcian? I don't know. How do you pronounce that guy's name? He's got his own statue here in Los Angeles, so good to know, especially since this appears to be a blue zone, so good for him that he's got his own statue there in GDI-controlled territory. I'm really disappointed in you guys. Ooh, Redeemer. But, more importantly, what would a Redeemer be like if it had mutant marauders garrisoned inside of it? Can you do that? I assume yes. I don't know. I've never actually tried. You know who has tried? Masterleaf. I would be willing to bet all my money that the fact that he has tried that at some point. I don't know about recently, but at some point he has to have tried it. And if he didn't, someone else has tried to garrison mutant marauders inside of epic units. How viable is it? Probably not. But I would love to see that. What is this 1 Predator tank doing? That is a good question. Orca Strike going to be going in, doing a little bit of damage, but it maybe also scouts this MCV on the move. So it is going to be some lovely left versus right action. And those are zone heads, as those zone troopers are inside of those Hammerheads, which makes the Hammerheads very expensive, but gives them so much killing potential. 2 Hammerheads do go down, and those were the ones with the actual Zone Raiders inside of them, which is very unfortunate, as a couple of Awakened squads get killed on the left side of the map. That Avatar also going to take a little bit of fire, but not too big of a deal. Dual Engineers, no Mutant Marauders. Oh, all of these Hammerheads just going down. Senna resetting the skies and cleaning everything up, as the MCV has not yet been on the move. It looks like railguns have been purchased. Or is that railguns, or is that the other one? Well, these bikes, well, no additional kills. One harvester is very weak from earlier in this game is still there. It is railguns have been purchased, and well, I guess the expansion to the left side of the map was canceled as BikeRush is moving over there himself. He's got his Marv, he's got his Predator tank, a couple of zone troopers as well. And the AP ammo does go down. The Tier 3 is potentially under threat, depending on what Senna wants to actually hit. No, it gets sold off, so he doesn't even have to do anything. He's going to be able to clean up those power plants as well. And BikeRush may be in a bit of a base race kind of a scenario. He's going to turn his Marv around to do what he can in terms of defense, transfers all of his harvesters over to this field to steal some of that and long-distance harvest while the rest of his army garrisons on the left side of the map and rallies is really what I mean on the left side of the map. Bike's taking a couple of hits there. The MCV goes down. BikeRush losing that MCV. Ordinarily, BikeRush has 2 or 3 MCVs spread throughout the map, but in this case, he might literally only have that one MCV. He's going to be able to crush the expansion of Senna down here in the south. He's harvester hunting, but it's going to be very difficult going for the power plants. Might be the best way to stop those base defenses from slowing him down anymore as the Redeemer steps on forward, and this is pretty close to the only buildings that BikeRush has left on this map. He's got, one refinery over there, which could actually be his saving grace if that's the one building he ends up with left on this map. And no, it's a Juggernaut down here in the south. It's not an MCV as the Redeemer Engineering Facility does go down. The EMPs lock down 3 of those Predator tanks as they make quick work of those bikes. The Redeemer now on the run, not able to actually get any finishing damage done, and it will remain the last couple, or will leave the last couple of buildings remaining for BikeRush. A couple of rocket squads going to be trying to chase down that Redeemer, while in the south, these Predator tanks are slowly getting picked apart. They will maybe be able to finish off these bikes, but they are having a little bit of trouble with the EMPs and with the infantry forces of Senna. The Redeemer once again now going to be getting pressured. The Rage Gun wore off from when he casted it 30 seconds ago or so, and these zone troopers do a good amount of damage. The rocket troopers adding a little bit of extra DPS as an Avatar is going for the crush and going for the kill on the last couple of buildings, but keep in mind the refinery over there will be keeping BikeRush in this game as all of the Predator tanks have gone down in the south, cutting down the actual DPS of BikeRush's army by quite a bit. Lots of long-distance harvesting, and that is the gift of an Avatar Husk to BikeRush. The Redeemer does go down. The Marv stands strong as it attacks the Conyard of Senna. The MCV may end up going down here, and it's just going to be a Marv in support of harvesters for the crush and making use of their little guns on top to try and go for the kills on some buildings. Actually trying to kill base defenses with harvesters is one of the funnier things to ever happen, and this might be BikeRush locking this down. I mean, there is a heroic rocket squad here, but it does get crushed by a harvester, and BikeRush's Marv does get EMP'd, but it is on full health. It's got dual engineers, and this has to be it. There we go. Senna has actually been defeated, and ooh, man, that got a little bit close there with BikeRush giving up. Well, not giving up, but losing so many of his buildings. What a weird, chaotic game of just attacking in all of the 4 corners of the map. Weird, yeah, chaos-driven game. BikeRush narrowly able to gain the victory there, and ahead in economy for the majority of the time. And yeah, those Railgun Predator tanks that he was able to split off from his Marv definitely doing wonders. Senna nearly able to clinch it there, but unfortunately a couple of extra buildings, which maybe if he knew that those were truly the only buildings, there weren't any other MCVs or sneaky things like that for BikeRush, maybe he would have suicided all of his forces because that one refinery was so exposed he just didn't realize it, and then the barracks and the other refinery are maybe killable if you grab everything and run straight at it, but even so, BikeRush still may have been able to defend and hold it all off, but that will do it for this game. A weird one and a quick one, and this is Sybert signing out.